We all know that person, right? The coworker who's always singing your praises, or that friend who seems just endlessly supportive. You trust them. You feel like they really have your back. But what if all that kindness is just a mask? What if, behind the smiles and the constant encouragement, they're silently pulling strings for their own selfish gain? Today, we're getting into the dark psychology of people who hide their true intentions. These individuals are often masters of charm, and they use specific tactics to control you without you even realizing it. But by the end of this, you'll know the subtle signs that the person you trust might actually be someone you need to watch out for. So what are we talking about here? It's often called dark psychology, which is really about how people use influence, persuasion, and manipulation to get what they want, usually at someone else's expense. People who are good at this often have what psychologists call the dark triad traits: narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. That last one, Machiavellianism, is all about playing the long game. These people are strategic masterminds who see relationships as just a means to an end, and other people as pawns in their game. They put on a show of warmth and normalcy, all while hiding a deep-seated desire for control. Number 1, the first sign: over-the-top charm and love bombing. The first, and maybe most disarming, tactic is charm that just feels a little too good to be true. This isn't just someone being nice. It's a full-on flood of affection, praise, and attention. It's a technique called love bombing. A new colleague might constantly tell you how brilliant your work is, or a new friend might declare you their best friend after just a couple of weeks. They seem to mirror your values and interests so perfectly, it feels like you've met your soulmate. And make no mistake, this is a strategy. The goal is to fast-track a bond and make you feel incredibly special. This lowers your defenses and makes you trust them completely. This wall of flattery creates such a positive image that it becomes really hard to question their motives down the line. After all, how could someone so supportive possibly have bad intentions? But here's the thing: genuine kindness is quiet. Manipulative charm needs a constant spotlight. Number 2, the second sign: strategic guilt and playing the victim. Once they've established that trust, the manipulator brings out their next tool: guilt. They are experts at the guilt trip, knowing exactly how to make you feel terrible for not doing what they want. They'll say things like, "After everything I've done for you," to make you feel like you owe them. Or they'll twist a situation around to make it seem like they're the one who has been wronged. Have you ever tried to set a boundary with someone only for them to act deeply hurt and make you feel selfish for it? That's a classic move. They play the victim to dodge any blame and avoid taking responsibility. If you call them out on something they did, the conversation will somehow become about how your words are hurting them. This keeps you scrambling on defense and stops you from ever holding them accountable. Number 3, the third sign: gaslighting and denying your reality. This next one is probably the most destructive tactic of all gaslighting. This is where someone deliberately messes with your perception of reality to make you question your own mind. It often starts small. They'll deny saying something you clearly remember them saying. They'll tell you you're overreacting or being too sensitive when you call out something hurtful they did. For example, your boss might promise you the lead on a big project, but when the time comes, they act like that conversation never happened, leaving you confused and doubting your own memory. Over time, this constant denial chips away at your self-confidence. It makes you dependent on the manipulator to tell you what's real. If you consistently walk away from conversations feeling confused or crazy, you might be getting gaslit. Does any of this sound painfully familiar? If you've had to deal with someone like this, share your story in the comments. It really does help other people learn to spot the signs. And if you're finding this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more insights into how our minds work. Number 4, how to protect yourself. Okay, so how do you actually protect yourself from this? The good news is, just knowing these tactics exist is half the battle. Awareness is your best defense. First, create some distance. You don't have to engage. By limiting your interactions with a manipulative person, you give them less power to influence you. Second, trust your gut. That feeling you get, it's not just random anxiety, it's data. If someone consistently makes you feel guilty, anxious, or confused, pay attention to that. Your intuition often senses manipulation long before your brain can logically explain it. Finally, set and enforce firm boundaries. A manipulator looks for weak spots, and weak boundaries are a goldmine. Stake your limits clearly and calmly. If they push back with guilt or by playing the victim, don't get sucked into an argument. Just restake your boundary. Someone with healthy intentions will respect it. A manipulator will show their true colors by trying to steamroll right over it. People hiding their true intentions operate from behind a friendly mask, using tactics like love bombing, guilt tripping, and gaslighting to get what they want. They hijack your own emotions and use them against you. But this knowledge is your shield. When you can recognize the patterns, trust your instincts, and hold firm to your boundaries, you take back the control. You stop being a pawn in their game and become an observer who sees it all for what it is. A charming smile doesn't always mean good intentions, but being aware makes you so much harder to manipulate. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.